Hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and we are back with another UFC fight night. This time, we are traveling around. We are going to Seattle with actually a pretty dope poster. I'm not gonna lie, like, they've been doing an awful job with these posters, but this is actually a dope one. I like this poster a lot. I like the little, like, distorted, like you're looking through, like, a rainy window or something like that. Yeah, I like it. And I think this fight night was pretty good. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I saying was? Well, if you've been following, this card has been cursed. It's lost so many fights. Billy Ray Golf versus what's his name? I wrote it, Fugit. What are fights around here? I got canceled. I gotta see this. Show me canceled fights. Oh yeah, right here. Cruz versus Font. Abdul Malik was supposed to kill Tricoli. I don't know why why was that fight even made. Barboza versus Garcia, Blades versus Kuniev. Like, these were all like decent fights are gone, like, and it sucks. It really does. And they replaced them with some really like last minute fights, and I don't know. I still think the card is I'm mainly honestly invested in the top four. Yeah. Oh wow, geez, what the heck? This UFC's website is horribly out of date. Just to show you, this is horribly out of date. But other cases, like I said, I'm still very much interested in the top couple fights, to be perfectly honest with you. This one being one of it, but not now, not yet. So yeah, let's break it down and get into this card. We're going to be breaking down the first fight on the card, which, by the way, the order might be swapping around a little bit, but I'll do my best to accommodate for it. Modestas Bukauskas versus Rafael Sequeira. This fight sucks. That's a great way to start this out, isn't it? Modestas Bukauskas is not the best of fighters, to be perfectly honest with you. We've seen him get his ass kicked quite a bit. We've seen him run into big buzzsaw in the form of Vitor Petrino, Khalil Roundtree, where he just broke his freaking knee. Olin Jacek, like, he's lost to a lot of people. Even Crute, who I'm not very high on. I just don't think Modestas Bukauskas is a high level fighter, to be honest with you. And the people he does win against are not the best of competition. Rafael Sequeira, though, on the other hand, we've seen almost nothing from him at all. All his Contender Series fights got canned. He somehow still made it into the UFC. I don't know how. And what happened? Ibo Aslan just murdered him in a couple, like, probably underneath a minute. Yeah, we haven't seen enough from him. Supposedly, Caseta, he's a good grappler, supposedly, with power, but we haven't seen that in his last couple fights. Simple to say. So, I've been going with Modestas Bukauskas to get it done. I'm going to pick him by decision because I don't think he's much of a finisher. And the odds are Bukauskas at minus 298. Ooh, some books have him as minus 330. DraftKings is definitely the place to bet if you want to lose your money on Bukauskas when he potentially loses. Nah. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Nick Klein. Interesting. Not a ton I want to discuss in this fight because this is super short notice for Nick Klein. As I said earlier, Abdul Malik was supposed to fight Tricoli, and he was going to absolutely drill holes into his skull. Malik is a very good fighter. He is powerful, he is dangerous, and he's very rangy as well too. I think he's gonna destroy Klein, to be perfectly honest with you. His boxing defense gives a little bit of work, but his offense is great, and I just think he's a buzzsaw. Simple. That's like my buzzword lately. Nick Klein, he's sub or bust. Everything I've seen from him, he's sub or bust. His striking isn't horrible, but it's not on the level of Abdul. So, short notice, not a ton to go into. I'm gonna go with Abdul to get it done by TKO. He's probably a disgusting favorite. Yeah, I like Abdul. I think he was going to easily win his first fight. I think he's going to win this fight even easier. But minus 920, I'm never doing that. I don't care. I don't care if I have Islam Makhachev going up against Shannon Ross, 2 weight classes down. I don't care. I'm never picking a minus 1100 or 900 or wherever. But yeah, I'm gonna look minus 900. He should easily get done by TKO. Hey, speaking of why you don't bet on high favorites, hi Bashrat, thanks for making me look like a jackass. Ricky Simon versus Javid Bashrat. If you're a fan of the channel, you know it was basically my catchphrase. The Bashrat brothers are gonna lose, but not to this guy. They're gonna lose one day, but not to this guy. I thought they'd go a lot higher. I really did, but you lost to Ayman Zahabi, and no, it's not the weight. It's not the fact that he lost Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi is a good fighter. The problem is he just lost to a little bit of pressure, just a little bit of pressure. And then before that, he hadn't fought in a year. His last fight was against Victor Henry, where he destroyed his balls. He hasn't won a fight in 2 years, and it wasn't a great win. He's only had decisions. But Ricky Simon is on a 3-fight losing streak. Oh, sorry, that's technically accurate. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. Ricky Simon is young, and he was a talented prospect. Like, a lot of people had a lot of high hopes for him. He dropped the Font and Faber back in the day, and the Faber fight was crazy. I can't believe he lost that. But then he came back on a really, really, really good run, beating some decent names, actually. And then he ran into Yadong, and yes, I called that. I was just shy, by the way, of getting a plus, I think, 4,400. I had Dong by round 4 KO. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing is with Ricky Simon is ever since then, he just hasn't looked like himself. He just hasn't looked good at all. He's not getting finished except for what is that fight? Oh, he fought a Karate Combat. That's why I thought it was a 3-fight losing streak. I was gonna say, who the hell is that? Well, whatever the case is, he lost a grappling match too. But he's not getting finished other than by Yadong. But like, I don't know, just something's not right for him. Vinicius Oliveira took him down, beat the living shizer out of him. But Javid Bashrat lost to a little bit of pressure, and that's Ricky Simon's game. Pressure wrestler. And he's got the wrestler's overhand right. I could see where Bashrat will lose. I feel this is one of the fights like the Mays versus Walker fight. Like, no matter who wins, the other party is going to be looking stupid. It's not like, oh, that was a close match. It's going to be a very obvious, oh, why'd you pick that guy? Like, even though I hated Walker, I'm like, he should beat Mays. And I'm going to look stupid if he doesn't. And if you pick Mays, you're going to look stupid. Understandably so. I feel like this is going to be that type of fight, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna be the guy to go, oh, the guy I kept picking lost once, which means he's washed. So I'm gonna go with Bashrat by decision. But I also expect you think he should lose, you think he's done and washed, and he makes a comeback performance a la Dominic Reyes against Jacoby. I could see that from Ricky Simon. I'm gonna tentatively go Bashrat decision. He's a minus 300 favorite. We haven't learned our lesson. This should be a pick'em. This fight's off. Touchy Feely versus I've said his name on the channel before. Melky Costa. Feely. Feely is a talented fighter, but he's old. He's been worn down. He's been knocked down in a lot of his fights. He's been brutally knocked out by the likes of Dan Ige. I think it's over for Touchy Feely. He's got a nice little reach advantage, which could help him out, and he does do a good job of fighting long, and when he does go in, he's a pretty solid grappler. But Melky Costa is the same thing. It's just that I think he's a worse striker, but guess what? He's not as bad. He's not as bad. He's not on a great win streak, but I don't know, man. I like his grappling too, and I like his kicks from Melky Costa. I'm mainly picking against Touchy Feely because Touchy Feely just hasn't been looking good. I know he's coming off a win, but he hasn't been looking good. He's coming off a split decision win over Cub Swanson. Do you feel good about that? Before then, he was murdered by Dan Ige. Like, nah. I'm gonna go Melky Costa to get it done. I'm gonna pick him to get it done by, what did I write down? decision. Is that right? Touchy-feely? I wrote touchy-feely decision. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, yeah, I'm going Melky Costa to get it done by decision. Let's look at the odds. Okay, so I guess my brain corrected myself while I was talking about this fight. Good thing. The odds are leaning towards Melky Costa. It looks like it was a pick'em, but now it's laying towards Costa at -115. I still don't like this fight, to be perfectly honest with you. It might be a fun fight, but I don't know. Nursultan Ruziboyev versus an NPC. This is a super short notice fight for both guys. Yeah, this fight did not exist. There was no kind of, oh, this guy pulled out. This was just random, out of nowhere. Like, I think like 2 days ago. But yeah, Ruziboyev is now going to be fighting at his weight class he should be fighting at. I did not really care much for him at welterweight, especially his performance against Buckley. But also, I think Buckley's good. A lot of people are really just saying Ruziboyev's ass, and they're just not crediting Buckley for whatever reason. But I just don't think he's all that. But Eric Mixino, by the way, I can't even pronounce Mixino's name because I could not find any tape on this man other than one that had no audio. So I'm not gonna go into detail on this fight. I think Ruziboyev will win, but again, I can't be speaking to Mixino when I found so little on him. Oh, my computer's chugging. Hold on. Come on. You wanna work? Oh. I need more RAM. I need to download more RAM. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to show you is this. Come on. Okay. Lovely. The main thing I wanted to show you is this. That's his picture in Tapology. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Yeah. This doesn't look like a fight I'm running at the seams to bet, to be perfectly honest with you. Alonzo Menifield versus Julius Walker on the main card. Yes, another NPC. Yay! Woohoo! Yeah, Menifield and Walker were both supposed to fight someone. Walker was supposed to fight... Let's show me. I gotta see. It's not on here, but he's supposed to fight Umar Sy. I remember now. He's supposed to fight Umar Sy. And then Julius Walker was supposed to fight somebody. Mark Courier. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah. I've seen nothing on Julius Walker, but I know Alonzo Menifield, powerful, explosive, but he's a bit of a dumbass. Tons of athleticism, but he doesn't know how to use it. He's a good takedown defense, and apparently this guy is really big and really massive, and he has a very heavy wrestling game plan typically. So I don't know. I'm gonna go Menifield to get it done. I don't like that pick at all, and I'm mainly picking due to the unknown factor of Julius Walker. I think his nickname I saw was Douchebox. Why is it on the main card? But yes, Menifield is a -205 favorite as expected. All right. Iwan Kutilaba. God, this card's not actually that good. Iwan Kutilaba versus Ibo Aslan. I do like Ibo Aslan. Iwan Kutilaba is one of the most inconsistent bastards you'll ever meet. God, look at his record. He just sometimes, like, he seems like, wow, this guy's a reckless, dangerous pit bull. Sometimes he seems like a goddamn dumbass. And then even now, like, the main thing you could always count on was like, hey, he's at least finishing guys or getting finished. His last fight went to a decision. He's even getting inconsistent in that aspect. I don't know. But Ibo Aslan, we haven't seen enough from him to be perfectly honest with you. But what we do know is he's strong. He's powerful. If his takedown defense holds up, because make no mistake, Kutalaba will want to try and get it down to the ground because of the striking skills of Aslan. If Aslan can keep on the feet, he's going to hit hard and he's going to force Kutalaba in a firefight. And Kutalaba is a hard 50, he's a hard 40-60 in those aspects. So yeah, I just feel like Cutelaba is gonna go for a wrestling heavy game plan, and it's gonna slow the fight down. So the main thing is to focus on Aslan's cardio. This could be either a wrestle fudge or wrestle fuck, I can say it now, a wrestle fuck or a ground and pound TKO from Cutelaba, or it's gonna be a standing KO from Aslan. So I'm gonna be going KO Aslan. He's probably the favorite. Slight favorite, minus 175, which makes sense compared to Cutelaba's plus 145. That fight's off. That would have been a really good fight, but I'm actually kind of happy it's off because as you guys may or may not know, I'm a big Dustin Poirier fan, and currently Dustin Poirier and Edson Barboza are fighting for the spot to have most fight of the night bonuses, and Edson Barboza is allergic to bad fights, and I want Dustin to retire with his last fight as a fight of the night, and if Barboza keeps going, he's going to retire with a tie. That's going to piss me off. Rob Font taking on Gene Matsumoto. I don't know why I can't say his first name. Oh my god, it's not even a hard name. This was supposed to be Dominic Cruz's retirement fight. Dominic Cruz just ended up retiring, and his retirement fight was Chito Vera, which sucks. Rob Font is a pretty good fighter. He's going up against an undefeated fighter right now, and Rob Font is now aged. I used to be really high on Rob Font up until the Cheeto fight, but he's still a very explosive boxer, really good striking, and he gets counted out a lot. I counted him out in the Giannis fight, and I got to see that live and watch my money go up in smoke as Giannis got KO'd round one, but Giannis ended up being not that good. Meanwhile, Font, on the other hand, has been a proven established veteran in the weight class. But the main thing is he's old. There's a big age gap of I think 12 years or something like that. Matsumoto is really good in striking, really good Muay Thai, so it's going to be a kickboxing match. It's not going to be wrestling, which Rob Font struggles with. He's improved a little bit, but that's still his weakness. I don't think it's going to be a wrestling fight. I think it's going to be on the feet. And Rob Font's still very dangerous on the feet, so I want to pick the younger guy, but the fact that he's coming up on short notice up against a dangerous Rob Font he's not able to bypass Font's weakness or exploit his weakness. It's hard to pick Matsumoto, but it's hard to pick Rob Font. I'm going to be going with Matsumoto. I'm gonna have to go with the age difference. Odds wise, it looks like Matsumoto's a favorite, minus 195 to Font's plus 155. Interesting. By the way, I didn't even write anything down for that fight. I did not write anything down for that, in terms of who I think's gonna win. All right, finally the good fights. These three are all very solid. I did not make a side for this one because I don't think it's whatever the case is. Gene Lord Silva taking on Melzik Bagdasaryan. I love this fight. Oh, did he get a Lord tattoo? I normally hate that, but I like that, especially knowing the context. I love Gene Silva now. He won me over. If you know, I picked against him his last two fights, but not again. And that's we start losing, but not again. Nah. The Fighting Nerds, man. The Fighting Nerds, I think I was really souring on them for, I don't know why, just to be a hipster, I guess. I like the Fighting Nerds, man. I like them a lot now. You're probably going to be paying the fighting tax, and also the fact that he's going in a massive step down in competition. But Gene Silva is a very, very solid striker, really good power, very creative, and the main thing is he's just a dog. He's just a fucking dog. If you know, by the way, his nickname is Lord. He actually fights with a split personality, and he says that Gene Silva, does not fight. His split personality fights. And his split personality's full name is apparently Lord Assassin. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds straight up like I have an anime. I don't know how much credence I put into that, to be perfectly honest with you. He says his wife has to help him out with keeping Lord in check. I don't know. Wherever the case is, I know he's a goddamn good. Lord is a goddamn good fighter, and he just is coming off knockout wins over Drew Dober and Charles Jourdain. First person knockout Jourdain, and one of the few people to knock out Dober. That's insane. Short notice Dober. Keep in mind, he's a featherweight. He went up to lightweight to fight Dober. And now he's go up against Melzik Bagdasaryan. Melzik Bagdasaryan, don't get me wrong, he's good. Like, he's not bad by any means. I just don't think he's as good as the last two fighters that Gene Silva fought. Melzik Bagdasaryan throws, hammers. He has really good power, and he really tries to knock you out. He's not getting those knockouts, to be perfectly honest with you, in the UFC. And also, he's coming off a long layoff due to injury, and he doesn't fight very much, unfortunately, due to that. So everything is stacking momentum. Gene Silva is coming off surgery where apparently broke both his hands, cracking Dober's skull. I know it was a doctor's stoppage, but that doctor saved Dober's life. Let's be honest here. If you watch that fight, I think Gene Silva's gonna take this one pretty easily. I'm going KO. Oh man, please let him win. I'm loving these fighting nerds. The only one that I'm still not the highest on is the leader, which is Borralho. I still think he could be kind of boring, to be honest with you. But he had a good fight against Cannonier last one out. But Gene Silva, Marcio Ruffi, and my favorite is Carlos Prates. I love these fighting nerds. I'd say Prates, then Silva, then Ruffi, then Barrio, and then get the hell out of my face, Moises and Brazil. God, I can't believe I picked her last week. But yes. And then on to the co-main event of the evening, which I think is worthy enough to get a slide. This is going to be a middleweight matchup between Brendan Allen and Anthony Hernandez. By the way, if it wasn't for the Cejudo Song fight, it would have been another week in a row, 4 weeks in a row of middleweight main events, which would have been funny. But, and honestly, I think this one's a better fight than the main event. But yes, Brendan Allen taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. 29 years of age for Allen, 24 wins, 6 losses, 5 knockouts, 14 submissions, 6'2" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 75-inch reach. There you're washed. It's a wash. A 1.67 takedown average, a 39.13% significant strike accuracy, plus 235 underdog. Significant wins over Chris Curtis, Paul Craig, and Bruno Silva. By the way, the Chris Curtis wasn't like I don't like Curtis. It was like did he really win the fight? Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is going to be 31 years of age, 13 wins, 2 losses, 3 knockouts, 8 submissions, 6 foot in terms of height, orthodox stance, 75-inch reach, wash, 6.64 takedown average, a 67.55% significant strike accuracy, minus 290, significance over Michel Piera, Roman Kopylov, and Edmund Shabazian. You know what's funny? As I was writing in my notes, I wrote specifically here that Brendan Allen had the better brand of competition that he's beaten, but reading them out loud, like, did he really? He didn't really beat Chris Curtis. He lost to him the first fight. Got knocked out by Strickland. And he beat Paul Craig. Oh. And he beat Bruno Silva. Oh. Kopylov and Michel Piera. And a prime Shabazian. Are those not just better wins? And the main thing that really needs to tell you this is Brendan Allen is a grappler. His striking is piss poor. You can tell this by context clue 1. His significant strike accuracy. Not the best. It's not the best. He's very busy on the feet, which is nice, but it's not the best. And then he's a grappler, but Anthony Hernandez is also a grappler. And then you need to ask yourself, okay, so it's a grappler-grappler matchup. It's probably going to be on the feet, right? So let's look at the striking accuracy of Hernandez. 67. Also, who is truly the better grappler? Yes, Allen has a bunch of submissions. They're usually more so club and sub. Hernandez has less submissions, still 8, still almost double digits. But the thing is about Hernandez is look at that takedown average. He's taking people down and he's slaughtering them. He is absolutely slaughtering these men. Brendan Allen has landed 2 takedowns at 46 in UFC. Meanwhile, Fluffy Hernandez has landed, okay, it's not showing me it, but that's lovely. But I just wanted a number to put 2, but all right. Let's see if I do this for 100%. 2. I'm gonna pretend. Oh, that's why I can't do fucking math. Hold on. I can do math. 48. Damn, 48. That's not right. Whatever the case is, yeah. Anthony Hernandez is going to be the better grappler. He lands more takedowns and he shoots way more takedowns. He shot double the amount of takedowns that Brendan Allen has. He also has the better takedown defense. Everything grappling wise leans towards him, and everything striking wise leans towards Fluffy. Fluffy is also going to be the much busier striker as well too. I'm sorry, but I'm going all in on Fluffy Hernandez. I think he should absolutely win this fight, and I think he's going to put a beating on Allen. I wish this was 5 rounds. This would be fun as a 5-round co-main event. Either way, should be a very fun fight, and I'm very high in Fluffy Hernandez. I did pick against him against Michel Pereira and Kopylov. You got Kopylov and Machida picked, though, to be honest with you, just because I really like those fighters. This Fluffy Hernandez, though, he's gonna, oh man, he's gonna make some problems in the division. Please don't have him fight Izzy. I don't want Izzy to get murdered by this man, please. Yep, give me Anthony Hernandez to get it done by TKO. And on to the main event of the evening. Bantamweight matchup between Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong. Henry Cejudo is going to be 38 years old. 16 wins, 4 losses, 8 knockouts, not a submission to his name. What a wrestler. Nah, he's a ground and pound. 5'4" in terms of height. Man, thank you, Cejudo, for making me feel tall. Orthodox stance, 64-inch reach disadvantage, a 1.99 takedown average, a 55.13% significant strike accuracy, plus, ooh, I smacked my monitor. Please, dear God, don't break. I can't afford a new one. Plus 230 underdog, significant wins over Dominic Cruz, Marlon Moraes in his prime, TJ Dillashaw, and Mighty Mouse. Song Yadong is going to be 27 years old. God, I still can't believe he's younger than me. 21 wins, 8 losses, 9 knockouts, 3 submissions, 5'8" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 67-inch reach, advantage, a 0.66 takedown average, 50% on the dot, significant strike accuracy. Please keep that the same. And then a minus 280 favorite. Significant wins over Chris Gutierrez, Ricky Simon, Marlon Moraes, and Julio Arce. This is a hard one for me, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Because yes, Song Yadong is going to be the younger. Oh man, Jesus Christ, putting the age into perspective might change me real fast. But he's a younger fighter. He's still experienced. Make no mistake, he's a younger fighter. But Song Yadong is very well experienced in the UFC bantamweight division. He's fought in quite a bit of names. He's gone up against Sanagan, Moraes, Arce. He's went up against Chito back in the day. Phillips, Kenny. He's went up against Piotr Jan in his most recent matchup. He's went up against a lot of guys. He's got a lot of UFC experience, so you can't say the age is going to be a benefit to it. And Cejudo spent 2 years or 3 years out of competition, came back. Yes, he had a very competitive fight against Aljamain Sterling. Honestly, just could have barely eked out a W over Sterling, to be honest with you, but that was really much a sparring match. And he did look horrible against Merab, but like, the unfortunate thing is Merab does a good job of making everyone look horrible, making the fight look horrible, but at the same time. So, but yes, Henry Cejudo overall, I think like in his prime heyday would have butchered a Dong, because he would have had the wrestling advantage and he also had really good striking. Dong has power, skill. He can get out wrestled. We saw Piotr Jan out wrestle him. So make no mistake, if Henry's on, he could wrestle him. I don't agree with those odds. I think it should be a lot closer. I think it should be a pick'em. I'm going to go with Yadong just to go with the younger fighter. But I have a sneaky feeling that this might be a must have forgot moment. And I'd also like to mention something that I just noticed actually. Hold on a second. Oh no, what did I do? Something I just noticed, actually. So last weekend, the underdog Cannonier won. No, the favorite. The underdog Gimavov won. The favorite. I don't even remember this. The underdog won. Interesting. Do you see the pattern? All the fight nights, the underdog has won. I wonder. food for thought for you. But yep, this has been UFC Seattle with your boy Gomi. Be sure to let me know what you think of the card in the comment section down below. Bye-bye.